Hey guys, welcome to Skillz. I am your host Jaeger, and today I am back with a brand new video and showing you my very first team build guide featuring Global's newest category, the Wicked Bloodlines. So this should be an interesting team to look at. But also this team is very limited in the collection of cards that are in this category. Now before we get into building this team, let's take a look at the leader and see his stats and what he's going to offer to this team. And the leader of this category is AGL Metal Cooler. Now through his leader skills, he is going to give the Wicked Bloodlines category Ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 170%. He also has a second leader skill, which gives all extreme agility cards Ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 90%. Now the Wicked Bloodlines category is a very limited collection of cards, so you may have to bring some extreme agility cards into your team in order to fill out the entire deck, just in case you don't have every single Wicked Bloodlines card available to you. Now as far as what Metal Cooler is going to give individually, his passes is an attack and defense plus 80%, so that's going to make him a pretty balanced card to both attack and defend. And thanks to the rest of his passive skills, he is going to benefit from taking some hits. For every attack he receives, he's going to get an additional 10% to his attack until he reaches the cap of 70%, which so far in his passives is a grand total of 170% attack. That, to my mind, changes his parameters from a balanced card to an offensive card. But just in case he can't absorb all of that damage, his remaining two passives benefit him well still as a defense card. Basically for any attack that he receives, at the end of the turn he is going to regain 7% HP. Then at any time he returns to the field, if your HP is below 50%, he is basically going to transform, and you will basically have one turn to do as much damage as you can until he reverts back to his Metal Cooler form and continues the battle. Now whenever you're not going to be in core form, his super attack damage is going to be the 505% immense damage modifier, and as an additional effect, his target is going to receive a minus 20% deduction to both attack and defense for the next 3 turns. Now before we get into his link skills, let's go ahead and take a look at the collection of cards that he is able to provide those leader skill stat boosts. So this is my list layout. You can see that I divided everything up into 8 sections. And I've also taken the opportunity to arrange these cards in what I think is from the best card to the worst card. And then as you also may have noticed, I have faded out some of the cards. That is to signify that they take the boost from the leader's second leader skill. So the visual goal of this layout is to grab as many balanced cards as you can that have EZA Supreme damage or more. Now as you're looking through this list, you may notice that there are some cards missing, and that would be the Int Metal Cooler card and the Strength Metal Cooler card. These cards are not available to this team because AGL Metal Cooler follows the same name. So I would recommend, if you have AGL and Int Metal Cooler, farm up Strength Metal Cooler and feed Strength Metal Cooler into them to level up their super attack power. But as you're also looking through this list and deciding on how you want to build your team, this channel is all about pairing up cards that link the best with each other. So I've provided you guys another layout to look at, and these show the top 5 cards and their best link partners. Now, like I arranged in the last layout, all of the leaders on that left side are listed as the top 5 cards in this category top to bottom. And on the right side of those cards are the best 6 link partners for each of them. And the only reason why AGL Metal Cooler is at the top of the list is because he's the leader of this category. Now as you can see, I've repeated some of the cards over and over, because they all actually link pretty well with each other. The question is, what is the best setup? But before we can figure that out, we need to understand each individual card and understand what they can provide for the team. So I've left a few notes on the right side as we're figuring it out. So as you guys may know already, you cannot have the same name card in the same team. So for example, if you decide to pair up AGL Final Form Cooler with AGL Metal Cooler, you will not be able to choose Physical Final Form Cooler. But something that I've also noticed in this team is that many of the top 5 cards in this category are very optimal in the first slot of the rotation. LR Metal Cooler and Physical Golden Frieza both have super attacks that increase the attack power of all extreme allies. In order to get the most out of that boost, they must be placed first. Easy A Physical Frieza has the bonus if he's the first attacker on the rotation, he's going to get an additional 3 ki and 30% increase to his defense. And Strength Final Form Frieza, if he receives an attack, he's going to get an additional 100% boost to his attack. And the only way for him to take advantage of that boost is if he is in the first slot and the opponent attacks first. So this puts a kink in the way that I usually build my teams. So as an experiment of this video, instead of having the link sets in the first and second slot, I'm basically going to sit down with you guys and figure out if this team can actually work if the link set are in the second and third slot and can still optimize this team to the best of its ability. If not, I will sit down with you guys and figure out a build that works best in normal team building setups. So on with the experiment, and on with our first link set. Now the most notable link set that I see in this list is Transforming Frieza and Physical Lead Cooler. Based on their link skills, they share 6 at base form. The only link skill that is missing is Fear and Faith and Shocking Speed, which are both Ki plus 2 link skills. But if you so happen to get Transforming Frieza into his third form, he actually gains Shocking Speed for just that one transformation. Which for that one turn, you get an additional 4 ki. But for the first 3 transformations of Frieza, it'll be Ki plus 2, plus 45% to attack, plus Big Bad Bosses, which is an additional 25% to attack and defense if your HP is below 80%, as well as a 5% recovery to HP. And if Transforming Frieza reaches both Final Form and Golden Form, you will still retain a plus 4 ki boost, but you lose 5% recovery instead. So I wanted to highlight that link set first. Out of all the other combinations, I recommend this combination, but since I'm doing a little experiment to see if we can get a team with link sets on an off-rotation basis, which of those 4 cards should take the first slot? And from my list, I had Physical Golden Frieza as the first card of the link partners. Now the question lies, what belongs in the second slot? Well, based on the link skills, Physical Golden Frieza links the best with Physical Lead Cooler. Those two share Strongest Clan in Space, Thirst for Conquest, Shocking Speed, and Universe's Most Malevolent, which comes out to an additional 4 ki and 30% attack boost. Transforming Frieza only shares 3 link skills with Physical Golden Frieza, which that is Strongest Clan in Space, Universe's Most Malevolent, and Thirst for Conquest, which is everything that Cooler has except for Shocking Speed. So, because he is the best card in this category, I'm gonna choose Transforming Frieza to link up with Physical Golden Frieza for now, and have Physical Lead Cooler as a floater. And I'm sure you can find 2 Ki Spheres very easily on the board. Now with the best link set out of the way, let's go back to the leader, Agility Metal Cooler. Now for his best link partner, I also put down Physical Golden Frieza. While they only share 2 link skills, which is Strongest Clan in Space and Thirst for Conquest, because Metal Cooler is a movie boss, He is also going to get Golden Frieza's passive of Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 30% to all movie boss allies. And the second best link partner I have for Agility Metal Cooler is Agility Final Form Cooler. They actually share 4 link skills together, which is Strongest Clan in Space, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, and Big Bad Bosses, for an additional 2 ki and plus 25% attack, 50% attack, and 25% defense if your HP is below 80%. And thanks to his passive, Metal Cooler is an agility card, so he's going to get Final Form Cooler's passive of attack and defense plus 40% to all agility allies. But unfortunately, he shares the same name as Physical Lead Final Form Cooler, so we can't use the agility one. We can choose Physical Cooler, but because that would break up his link set with Transforming Frieza, we can't do that either. So all that would be left would be Easy A Physical Frieza, or LR Metal Cooler. Now if we're going to choose Physical Golden Frieza, we can't choose Easy A Physical Frieza, because they both want the first slot, so all that would be left would be LR Metal Cooler. Those two do share 4 link skills together, which is Strongest Clan in Space, Big Bad Bosses, Auto Regeneration, and Nightmare. So that's a plus 2 ki, plus 10% attack. If Big Bad Boss is activated, attack plus 35% and defense plus 25%. But because LR Metal Cooler is an LR, and in order to optimize him the best as possible, he requires a lot of ki boost, and therefore must be in the second slot. So with LR Metal Cooler in the second slot, I'm basically going to push Agility Metal Cooler as a floater, which therein lies who's going to take the first slot. Out of the 3 cards that require the first slot for optimization, Strength Final Form Frieza, Easy A Physical Frieza, and Physical Golden Frieza, the one that links best with LR Metal Cooler and give him as much ki as possible is Physical Golden Frieza. Again, they both share 2 link skills together, which is Strongest Clan in Space and Shocking Speed, which are both key links for an additional 4, and because LR Metal Cooler is a movie boss card, he will get Physical Golden Frieza's passive of Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 30% to all movie boss allies. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Put Physical Golden Frieza in the first slot, have him super to get the 30% attack boost to all extreme allies, then have LR Metal Cooler try to do his 18 ki super, and then basically whoever is in the third slot should do the most damage, which so far is going to be Agility Metal Cooler and Physical Cooler. So not a bad trade-off. But now that we've put Physical Golden Frieza with LR Metal Cooler, who's going to pair up with Transforming Frieza? Between Strength Final Form Frieza and Easy A Physical Frieza, the Strength one links up the best. They share 5 links with each other, which is Strongest Clan in Space, Universe's Most Malevolent, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. So if Strength Final Form Frieza gets hit in the first slot, he'll get his 100% additional attack boost, on top of his 80% attack boost, and then the remaining 2 cards will link up the best they can and do as much damage as they can. Which basically leaves that setup as Link Set 1 as Strength Final Form Frieza and Transforming Frieza. Link Set 2 will be Physical Golden Frieza with LR Metal Cooler, and the floaters will be both AGL Metal Cooler leader cards, as well as Physical Lead Cooler. Now, if my experiment is wrong and this team doesn't work the way that I'm thinking of it, then simply get rid of the cards that are taking up the first slot and trade them out with the proper link sets. So Transforming Frieza and Physical Cooler should be together, but I still think LR Metal Cooler and Physical Golden Frieza do belong together. But here's some other combinations to think about if you're building a team or you may not have these specific top 5 cards. You can still link Transforming Frieza and Strength Final Form Frieza together. They do have great link skill boosts towards each other. But if you don't happen to have physical cooler, then the AGL Metal Cooler and AGL Final Form Cooler may be an option for you. And just to give the 5th top card attention, you can put Resurrection Warrior Frieza with AGL Golden Frieza, and they share 5 link skills with each other. But just as a reminder, because of Transforming Frieza and him changing his form almost every turn, you may have to do some rotational flipping around in order to still maximize your link sets. So let's say you have Strength Final Form Frieza and Transforming Frieza paired up. On its 3rd form, put Transforming Frieza into the 3rd slot so he can rotate off, and then whenever he returns, he will come back onto the 2nd rotation and can link up with those cards. And then whenever he transforms next into Golden Frieza, if he's currently in a rotation with another Golden Frieza, just rotate him off again, and he can go back to Strength Final Form Frieza and still link up. Or you can use the other cards that I didn't highlight as much. For example, you can include the GT Friezas, or you can bring Agility Turles into the mix, and he will still give all allies his passive boost. But whatever you may choose, let me know in the comments below what team have you been able to build and how it works the best for you. And if you so happen to try out my experimental team build, let me know how it works, because unfortunately, I don't have this setup. But whatever you may choose, I hope you enjoy this category. It's a very different team build than what I'm normally used to. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked my first team build video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe in order to see more of these team build videos. With that, I'm your host Jaeger, signing off, and thanks for watching Link Skillz.